Hello everyone, so I have a different kind of video for you today. It is a tutorial video. I think I've only ever done one other tutorial video, I think, but this one is going to be how I make these adorable little rosette paper rosette embellishments. I see someone making these on YouTube. I will link the video below because I can't remember the name of it because I am useless. But I had a go and then I found how to do love heart ones, and I've been making little ones like this with the bunnies. So cute. So I did post a picture of these on Instagram and a few people have asked for a tutorial, so I'm going to show you how you make them. So what you're going to need, first of all, you're going to need some 12 by 12 cardstock. Now this isn't 12 by 12 because I have been cutting strips off of this, but you need a piece of cardstock that is 12 inches in length. The width I will tell you when we get started. So you need some cardstock, preferably thick cardstock because you are going to be folding it and bending it and moving it in positions you don't really want it to rip. So that's what you need. You can pick any colour you want, any pattern. It doesn't have to be double-sided if you don't want it to. So this cardstock was actually part of the Brimbles box, the opal one that I've just unboxed. I will link that video below for you. So first you need some cardstock. You then need some adhesive. Now I prefer to use a glue gun, mainly because it's stronger, it holds it, and obviously when you're going to be gluing it you're going to be flipping it, and you're going to need something that's going to hold. So I use glue gun, but you can use glue stick, or there's this wet glue that I've got from Dovecraft. I got this from the pound shop. That's really good. It does take a little while to dry though, so you're going to have to hold that in place for a while. Or you can just use some really thin double-sided tape. This normal thin double-sided tape I find doesn't hold very well for how you make these. I did get this red double-sided tape which is supposed to be extra strong. I got this when I ordered my Quirky Kit box a couple of months back. You can get this on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. This does hold it if you do want to use double-sided tape. But yes, you're also going to need some sort of scoring tool. You don't need a official scoring tool. The only reason I've got this is because I got it when I bought my Real Memory Keepers punch board. I will be using this as well, but you don't need this. You can just use your traditional ruler and the edge of some scissors. First ones I'm going to show you how to make are these, just the basic rosette ones. So you can see I've done quite a few of these ones. These are the first ones I was trying. So these ones vary in size. If you want a bigger rosette, you just need to make the strip that you start with thicker. So these ones, I think these ones I made with 4cm ones, and these ones I made with slightly bigger ones. So first of all, you need to get your cardstock. Now what I normally do is measure across 4cm. I know you can measure it on the on the paper cutter, but I don't trust that for some reason. So you just measure 4cm. I don't know what that is in inches, to be fair. Just 4cm. Just do a little line and then grab your paper cutter. You can just use scissors if you want, but this is just quicker and easier for me. Yep, so just line it up. Now you will notice my paper cutter is in dire need of a new blade, so it might be a little bit weird along these edges, but that's what you need. What you then need to do is you need to pick which side of your paper you would like to show on the front. So I want this one to show on the front, I think. So that's the side that you have in the inside when you fold it. So I hope that makes sense. So if you want this side, you fold it that way, and if you'd like that side, you fold it that way. Because I want the flowers, I'm just going to fold it like that. Obviously there's another stage if you want to make the heart one from here, but for this one you're just making the normal one. So bring out your ruler again along your strip, and this bit is completely up to you. You can experiment with different widths. The width of the score lines that I find works best for me is 1/2 centimetre. So I'm sorry if you work in inches, but I work in centimetres. So 1/2 centimetre across. Now, because I don't have one of those fancy dandy scoring balls that have like the scoring lines all the way along, I have to mark it out before I start scoring. So all I do is just going along, if you can see, I just go along and mark every 1/2 centimetre going down the paper. This is just a rough guide. Sometimes it doesn't quite stay within those marks. Sometimes it just goes a little bit off. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's just I would rather a very crisp fold. As you can see by some of the first ones that I made, the folds aren't as crisp because I wasn't measuring it. So you go all the way along. I'm probably going to speed this up because who wants to see me drawing little lines along a paper? So there you have all your marks going along like that. So now what you could do is just grab a ruler and just go along the lines and score them. I prefer to do it on my scoring tool. I just think they score a little bit better. Now if you are going to use, if you have got this punch board, you are going to use this to score, make sure you keep your paper straight. I have had, because obviously this score line's on an angle, the lines have been going a little bit wonky and then it messes it up at the end. So all I do is you just line it up and just score it. Now you can flip it if you wanted to, but then you wouldn't have the measurements, but I don't. So all I do is roughly go down. As you can see, it's not quite on where I made my mark, but it doesn't matter. As long as you've got all these lines equal-ish distance apart, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so once that is scored, you'll notice your card will start curling, which is fine. You need to start doing a concertina fold all the way along. Now this does hurt after a while. You have to make sure that you really keep the folds really tight. So what I did last night when I was doing these is I pre-cut and pre-scored about 4 or 5 strips, and then went and sat on the sofa, watched TV and just sat there folding them. But yeah, it does hurt your fingers after a while, so just try and keep them as neat as possible, and then every so often just push it down just to make sure all those folds are really crisp. Once you have all that folded, just fold it all up. Can be very fiddly at this point because it's like a giant spring. Fold it all back up. Oh, come on. Yeah, it can get a little fiddly. And then really squeeze it down. Really get those folds. Trust me, it will look better at the end for it. It's just a little bit difficult to get them all in. Right, so what you have is this really beautiful concertina. What you then need to do is you need to put a little bit of whatever adhesive you've decided to use along this end panel here. So I'm just running very minimal amounts of hot glue, just squeezing it on and then just running the gun down just so it's thin layer. Make sure it's not too stringy. And then whatever side you want, again, whatever side you want to show on the front, you make sure that's in the inside when you secure it. Shaking hands. And then just squeeze that on there. Don't worry if you've got any of the glue coming out, you can just cut that off after. Make sure that's nice and secure. Now for the fun bit. Basically what you need to do is just take, so you've got like a little crown almost, take these two side bits and just test that it folds. Now I've not left it long enough really to, so as you can see, it's just popped straight back up. But there's your basic rosette. What you need to do now is you need a base circle for the base for it to stick to. Now it's up to you what you want to do. I don't own a circle punch, but I do own a heart punch. I have punched a lot of these really beautiful love hearts out for some gorgeous 6x4 cards that I got from my lovely pen pal Grace, but I don't really want to waste them on the bottom of it because obviously I want to see it. What I do like to do is just grab a scrap piece of cards. This is just a scrap piece that I've got from my scrap box. Because this is going to be at the bottom, you're not going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. Make sure it's obviously going to be smaller than your rosette. You don't want to see it over the top. Just grab your glue again. Put quite a bit on now on here, because obviously you want it to stick. You can do this the other way around, so you can put the rosette down and then put the glue on top, but I found I burn myself a lot more doing it that way, so I normally put the glue on the card, push the rosette over the top and then just hold. If you let this spring up, that glue is going to make it stick to another part of the rosette. You don't want it, so just push it down, down and in. So now I've got that stuck. As you can see, it's still springing up a little bit, but it's okay. I'm just keeping my fingers on it. I'm going to choose what's going to go in the middle. Now I want to stick one of these really gorgeous love hearts that I've punched out just in the middle. You can stick whatever you want in there. So what I do is I just pop the glue gun in the middle there, put a little bit more in, and then just grab my heart, pop that in the middle. Hot. Make sure it's pushed down. And again, just hold it for a little bit, making sure it's stuck. So now that that has stuck, that went a bit wonky. I've got the love heart on there, but I kind of want something else. I do have these embellishments that came in the Bimble box as well. What I'm going to do is just stick string. Oh, I hate that bit of a glue gun. Yeah. Glue gun everywhere. Just stick one of these little bows on. Just jazz that side up. And then what else could we put on? My very last, I'm running seriously low on enamel dots. Little green one. You could put a tiny word sticker on there. So how about this one that says sweetheart? Just trim it down a little bit. And just stick that on there. So yeah, that's the plain one, or that's the original one done. Next we're going to make the heart rosettes. Now these are a little bit more difficult, it's a couple more steps, but it's not that hard once you get some practice. So First of all, you're going to want to make yourself a template. Now this is my template that I have been using for the 4cm heart rosette. Obviously it's the same as the basic ones. The bigger you want the rosette, the wider the strip you need. But basically to do this, you need to have a piece of card that is the width of the rosette you'd like to make. You then need it to be 6 inches in length. So 6 inches in length. So 6 inches in length, and however wide you want your rosette to be. So for me that is 4 centimeters. So to make this, all you need to do is grab another piece of cardstock. Again, this is from my scraps, and you basically need to draw this shape. Now it looks a bit difficult, but it's really not. So what you need to do first of all for this side is you start just under halfway along here. Then all you do is you come up along here. Now you want to stop, get to about halfway along this card, come down into a curve, and what you do is you always finish in that top left hand corner. So again, it's just under halfway on this length here. Go up as close to the top as you can get to about halfway, come back down, not too far down, you don't want it to go too far down. So just rub. So get about half a centimetre down, and then always finish in that corner. You need this edge, this tail end, to be the width of your rosette. You don't want that any smaller. And then all you do is you cut that out and you have your template. Again, you need to pick then your cardstock. So I'm going to use this one. This is another one from the Boomboss box that was in April. And whatever side you want to be on the love heart is the one that you have on the inside. So I want the planners to be on the inside. So all you do is fold it in half. Now what you then need to do is grab your template, and then this thinner end, so not the 12-inch side, the one that's just under half side, is just put that on there, and that's how you do it. So the folded edge is along here. Some people draw around it, some people just hold it and cut it. What I like to do is just to grab 2 paper clips and use those just to hold that piece of card in place, like so. So you have your template and then the card you want to use on there. You then just grab your scissors and just cut that shape out. Doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it's that shape. So take those off, remove your template, and there you have your shape that you need. So again, you come in, you measure as you would the basic rosette. You measure every, I do half an inch, but however wide you want your folds, and then just start scoring. Once it's all scored, you need to fold it in the same. So what you can actually do before you do that is rub out all your pencil marks. I didn't rub them out on the other one, but if you like it to be perfect, then you can just rub all those marks out. Obviously if you already have a scoring board, you don't need to make the marks in the first place. These folds are a little bit more difficult because these ends obviously aren't the same length, so they can get a little bit more fiddly. A good squeeze. So there's your basic strip. Again, just put a little bit of hot glue along this line, maybe a little bit more than I did last time. And again, the side that you want on the outside, make sure it's on the inside when you stick it. Oh, burn. You will burn if you're using hot glue, unless if you're anything like me, you will burn yourself multiple times on it. Again, so make sure that's nice and secure. I always like to test it to make sure that it's okay. Now the heart ones are a little bit more difficult to get in the right sort of shape. You might need to just adjust it a little bit where you put it down. So yeah, so again, you need something to stick it onto. So again, just using a scrap piece of card, smaller than the rosette. Now, I will tell you with these seem to be a lot more springy, so make sure you put a lot of glue or tape or whatever you're going to use on there, because trust me, it will spring up. So as it's drying, just adjust the shape of it. Push in aside more if you think it needs pushing in more. And then again, one for the middle. Just squeeze some glue on there. I think I'm going to use one of these hearts again. Heartburn. Careful, because these are really hot. Again, hold that in place. Sometimes I just get my tool just to hold it so you're not burning your fingers if you're using the hot glue. Like that. And again, you can just fold little bits up. Now, I'm not too happy with the placement of this bit down here, so you can trim it. Just a little bit, if you want to make sure, so that's a little bit better. Sometimes they don't always come out right, and sometimes you just need to just trim them just a little bit, just to kind of make them more heart-shaped. So yeah, trust me when I say, when you start making these, they are very addictive. I mean, look how many I have made. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to have them in a little tray ready for scrapbook layouts, for cards, for smashbook pages, for anything I'm going to want the embellishment for flip books, anything, all ready. They're all different and they're ready to use. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Sorry if it's a bit of a long one. I'm going to try and speed up the bits that I can. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll speak to you all in my next one. Bye.